So I wanted to do a quick video about Lamy's fountain pen converters. This is a little bit of a confusing topic, and I just kind of sorted it out for myself for about the 1000th time, so I wanted to go ahead and do a video about it. Basically, Lamy's pens can work with a cartridge, which is one of these pre-filled inks, or a converter, which is something where you can suck up ink and sort of make your own cartridge. They call the pens cartridge converters for that reason. But Lamy makes a few different converters and only one type of cartridge. I believe it's called the T10 style cartridge. Looks like this, comes in a lot of different colors. And they've made this size cartridge pretty much forever, so you could use this with a bunch of their old pens and you don't have to think really about it. No matter what Lamy fountain pen you buy, unless it's one of the really old ones, it will probably work with this cartridge. So let's run through the cartridges. First of all, here is a squeeze cartridge, so-called an aerometric cartridge, where you just squeeze it and you suck up the ink. This is a really old one. It's probably from the 70s. I bought a vintage pen, vintage Lamy, and had it in there. Don't even worry about these. They're not that common anymore. I believe most of these little plastic straw things cracked over time, and I haven't even tested this one. It's just kind of a cool relic, and now you've seen a Lamy aerometric converter. I will note that the shape is just in keeping with that of this brand new cartridge. And then the shape is also in keeping with that of these brand new converters. Lamy has kept that remarkably consistent over the years. Okay, so now we'll move over to the most common of the converter, and that's this one. I bought one of these just a week ago, and it was sold as the Z24, and that's what these classically have been known as. Just this year, I believe in 2018, let me check that date, in 2017, Lamy converted the Z24 to the Z28. I wrote that in there. That wasn't from the seller. So now the Z24 is the Z28. The only change was that this little piece of aluminum, it used to just be a black piece of plastic, but functionally it's unchanged. And you'll know it's a Z24 or Z28 because of the red and these two posts here. So these little posts fit into a receiver on a Lamy Safari or Lamy Vista. And the Z24 won't fit on another Lamy pen. So you can buy it for a Lamy Vista or Safari and utilize these posts, which will sort of direct how you put the converter in, and they'll act as guides. But you don't have to buy the Z24 or Z28 because there's also something called this. This is the Z26 with the model number that was recently changed to the Z27. And this, you'll see, is black instead of red, and it has the aluminum, but it's always had the aluminum and no posts. This converter will fit on all Lamy pens. It'll fit on the Safaris and the Vistas, but also the higher end ones. So the Studio, the CP1, the Persona, anything. It'll fit on all of Lamy's fountain pens. This would also be the included converter if you bought a higher end fountain pen, like a Emporium or something like that. If a converter is included, this is the one you're getting. So Z26, Z27, no posts, fit on everything. Z24, Z28 has the posts, only fit on the Vista, only fits on the Safari, and it's not included with any models. Kind of begs a question as to why does the Z24 and Z28 exist? And I think basically it doesn't have to exist, but it exists so that Lamy has a dedicated upsell or part that goes alongside with their most popular models, which are the Safari and Vista. This is the recommended converter for the Safari and Vista. Sure, functionally it's identical to the Z26, but functionally aside from the posts. But there you have it. That is the difference. Before last year, the Z24 and Z28 didn't have this little piece of aluminum, so I guess there was that difference. But now they do, and really it's just the posts and the color that is different. Pricing wise, they're about the same. Availability wise, they're the same. So there's really no reason to not get the Z26, or again, now sold as the Z27. If you're looking on Amazon or most sellers, they'll still call it the Z26 just because I think they didn't want to change their listings and lose their rank or whatever. But if you look at a normal pen store, it will call it the Z27. As for how they function, it's the same for both. You turn this, it pushes the piston down, you pull it, you turn it the other way, and the piston goes up. It'll suck the ink in. You could put this in your ink reservoir, push it out, pull it in, and fill it, or you could put it in your pen and then dip the pen kind of below the breather hole there, in there, and then do it. This one does not have a converter in it. So I'll do that all in another video, and sort of a how-to video, but this was really about how do you choose your converter. How you work with your converter we'll do in a follow-up video. That way, just be another step of the process. So I think that should cover it. I know this went on longer than I wanted and it's more complex than I wanted, but basically, most of the time, you're gonna want the Z27. It is the nicer looking refill in my mind, a nicer looking converter in my mind, and it'll fit every Lamy, full stop. If you want the red, you can get a Z24 or Z28, but it will not fit with your higher end Lamy pens. So that about covers it. I hope this was helpful and not too long. Thanks for watching.